Try to set this up, my little workbench area here. Working on this model kit here from JPG Productions today. It's the FX-7 Medical Droid from Empire Strikes Back. I'm going to set the camera in the holder here and try to view the bench while I work. All right. So that's it. This is the kit I just got this week from JPG Productions. I have painted it already, the spray paint. I'm going to do some of the painting detail work and work on the arms, some of the other stuff, and I'll show you more about the model kit as I get in there. But first of all, let's see. So feel free to ask me any questions or anything as we go along. I'm just going to be working at my bench here, and if you guys have any kind of chat or anything, feel free to chime in. Any questions about Black Series, dioramas, customs, collecting, any and all of that. Let me get to my channel here. There I am. All right, Greedo in a Speedo. Hey man, yeah, sorry, take two. Yeah, I was screwed up before. Couldn't get it going. Here, let me lay this thing down so you guys can see that better. This live stream thing is still new to me. Just figuring it out. But yeah, this is the this model kit's pretty cool. This is the box it came in from JPG Productions, 1/12 scale. So, and for scale, here's my vintage one. This is mine as a kid, my childhood one. So this thing is just about 5.5 inches tall. You stand it up, so made for the Black Series line, obviously. These guys, I found them on Facebook, JPG. They've done some droids for the Black Series line in the past. Like before Hasbro did the probe droid, they had a probe droid. Before Hasbro did the chopper for Rebels, they had a chopper droid, and I think they had a gonk droid too, and maybe something else, maybe like a mouse droid. So it's the first time I bought a kit from them, so trying it out, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. Greedo in a Speedo, man, I love your username. It's hilarious. All right, so I just thought I'd work away. It's Labor Day. Happy Labor Day, everybody. And I have to do some painting on this. I'll show you basically how this goes together first. It's I just spray painted the silver outside. I actually did 3 different coats because I didn't like the color, but it comes apart. It's got 3 main sections here. So you got the body. Actually, it's a 4th. This piece pops off too, but it's got a nice snug friction fit. So these main pieces are all resin cast, and then it comes with the little attachment arms that are 3D printed. And overall, it's been a pretty cool kit. I've only had like 1 issue with it, which I'll show you later with the arms. But pretty nice and clean. As far as the cast and the sculpt and everything's really nice. I added this screw in here because I wanted to magnetize it to hold it together. This originally, it's just supposed to be hollow. They give you this little like internal guts of the droid, some circuitry and stuff. Hold that up to the camera maybe a little better. So this little disc is 3D printed with little greebles and stuff in there, and you're supposed to paint that up, and then that's supposed to go inside this part down in here. So it goes in there, so then when you have these hollow sections here, you can look in, you can see kind of some of the circuitry and stuff of the droid. I didn't realize that, as I didn't pay attention to the instructions, so I didn't know what this was for, really. I thought it was just going to be buried down inside, so I decided not to do that. And instead I decided to put a screw in here, and I put a magnet in the headpiece underneath here. This is a old, this is hot glued in here, but this is a magnetized bit from my DeWalt drill or something, for doing sheetrock screws, and it had jammed up and broken, so it was just a magnet piece I glued in there, and that now can stick to the screw and twist. It basically gives me, I can put the middle piece on, pop the head on there. Oh, there it goes. And the whole thing basically holds together with the magnets, and I can still spin the middle piece, I can spin the head. So that's what I landed on. So I'm going to skip, I'm not going to put on this middle piece inside. You do have to get these windows open, you have to Dremel those out, so you have to cut those out by hand. And but that's what I'm going to have. So I think it's going to look pretty awesome. I'll show you the arms here in a sec. Where are my arms? Got a plate. Look at all these. All these little 3D printed arms. I think it came with 30 of them. There's two styles. These are all resin printed. So you got a straight arm, and then you've got a kind of a bent elbow arm. And you can choose which ones you want to use. I broke, I think, 4 of the arms during cutting. Just trimming off the supports from the 3D print. It's so fragile, so I snapped a couple of the claws off. That's why they give you some extras. But I'll end up putting a combination of, mostly the straight legs, and then maybe 6 or 8 of the bent ones, the articulated ones. I'm not sure if I'm going to glue them yet, or if I'm just going to friction fit them in there, because I want to be able to have some posability and some, be able to adjust things. So if I glue it, then it's stuck there. So I think I'll just friction fit these in place. But this is what it looks like. These just go right in there and fit in place. They fit real nice. There's no nothing holding it there. It's just the friction, the cast and the print. Now these articulated arms, the round disc part here was a little too wide. It was actually too wide, so I had to file it down on both sides to get it to fit in here. But basically a little bit of filing work, and they go in there pretty well. You get the idea. So yeah, I think this is a really cool kit. It was $50 plus I think $8 shipping. So a little spendy, but for a custom, for something that Hasbro hasn't made, nobody else has made this for the 1/12 scale that I know of. So I think it's pretty cool. And of course I've got my Echo base diorama with the back to tank, so this is perfect for my setup. So I'll put him in there next to Luke in the tank. And looking forward to building this thing. So yeah, you see, you can kind of go up very high, the arms. You can kind of wedge them in there. I think that's all I'm going to need to do is I'm going to paint up the arms, and then I'm just going to wedge them in place. And yeah, over time they might fall out, or if you have to move the thing, you got to be real careful. It also comes with, what is it? It comes with this main claw piece. This is the I don't know, this is the main arm, I think, in the movie, where so that goes in here. And this too, with the cast, it was a little too shallow, it wouldn't stick, so I just took a drill bit and drilled out that hole. Got it to go in there. And then what else? There's one other little sensor scope piece. Tiny little piece, 3D printed. And that goes in the bottom of the head. There's this little port right there, and it just plugs in there. So, and that's basically the kit. So I'm going to work on painting these arms up here on the live stream, and just chat with folks if they stop in to say hi. We can talk anything, dioramas, collecting, Black Series, whatever, Star Wars in general. For the paint on this, the main body, I ended up using, where is it? Well, I tried a couple different spray can paints that I got from Hobby Lobby. One of them was this Testers, said diamond chrome or something, diamond dust, extreme lacquer. So I wanted something that had some reflectiveness to it, and it worked okay. It was just a little bright, so I hit it with another version of chrome I had that's a little bit darker, and you can see it's pretty close to kind of going towards the vintage look of it. I think in the film he's actually a little bit darker gray, and then he has some highlights on him, but this is what I'm gonna do mine with. So I gotta do some black touch-ups, fill in some of these panels here with black, probably do some red on some of the sensors. And some of the images, it looks like they have like a lighter gray outline on some of the panels on the head and things like that. So might do, I don't know. So I guess I'm gonna probably start with the black and leave it there, see how that looks. And then I'm gonna do some white on the arms, maybe some silver as well. So we'll get into it. Get my paper plate here. It's a lot of little arms. Alright, so paint. I'm going to use just my acrylic. I think I've got mostly Vallejo. I have some Citadels too. For black, let's see if I can squeeze out the rest of my black game color here. Try doing some of these panels. This thing is almost gone. Yeah, gonna need to get some new paint there. This is already kind of watery because the paint is mixed kind of poorly there. Let me see, I'm gonna need a paper towel. We'll be right back, guys. Alright, I'm back. I forgot my paper towel. When I'm painting, I always have a paper towel to dab your brush on so you don't have too much paint. I'm just going to work some of these infill panels here. Eventually I'll probably try to edit a video of this and put do a actual video on this build for my channel. Take his head off. Easier just to hold a little piece here. I've learned that it's best to do thin coats of paint and do multiple coats instead of going on too thick. It's been a while since I've done some detail painting like this, actually. Kind of tough. Gotta concentrate. It's also kind of hard to talk while you're doing this. So I'm just, it's pretty good. First panel there. I want to try to avoid overpainting the black, obviously, because this silver is a spray can and I can't just, if I have to go back and touch up the silver, I'm going to have to do it by hand with a different paint, and it probably won't look the same, so I'm going to try not to have to do that. This panel is interesting. It's got it's got like a section in the middle there with buttons on it. I honestly don't know if that's all, should all be black, or if I should paint some kind of red or something in there. A little bit of black on the silver there, so I'll rub it off with my finger there. And that's all we do. We just spend time painting away. I actually coated this whole thing black with a black primer before I did the silver. And but that was mainly because I knew it was a new cast, and I wanted to make sure the paint stuck well, had good adhesion. Those are looking nice. It's a really nice nice kit, nice sculpt. Nice and clean as far as the lines and the contrast and all that. I was really close to buying the chopper kit from them like 2 years ago, but then Hasbro announced that they were making chopper, so I did not purchase from them. And the same with the Probe Droid. I thought the Probe Droid looked pretty awesome. They were I think they had a lighting kit or something that they sold with their Probe Droid originally, which was pretty cool. So, yep. See, just so got a little black on the silver there, but it's still wet. You can just rub it right off there, and oh, look at me spitting there. I got it on my finger though, and I got it over here. So I spoke too soon. I thought it was in good shape there. So I'm gonna shoot. See, I screwed that up already. Well, a little bit of black smudge there. I gotta be careful where my fingers are. I must see I touched some black somehow with my finger there. I'm gonna wash that off. The nice thing about acrylic paints is they come right off with some water. Okay, so where are we at? Get those painted in. I got another 3 more here. Hey guys, if you're just joining the stream, happy Labor Day. I just thought I was going to be doing some work at my bench here, so I thought I'd turn on the camera and chat with anybody who wants to chat. If you're just joining, this is the FX-7 Medical Droid model kit that I bought from JPG Productions. Find them on Facebook. paint off the edge there. I was thinking, you know, it doesn't matter if there's a little bit of smudging and wear on this droid. You know, Star Wars, everything's dirty and used, but it is a medical droid, so I was thinking maybe the Alliance would care about their medical droids being in better shape. Probably not as dirty and grimy as the rest of them. So anyway, I'm trying to be a little careful with the paint here. So that's those little sets. See, I don't know if I should paint these little windows black as well. I think I should. If you look on the yeah, that's the vintage Kenner. I'm not going to give you much detail there. Let's pop this guy on here. See how he's looking. Yeah, probably going to need a little bit of silver touch-ups. Coming together though. I'm going to look at my picture of let me pull up an image of this on Google and just take another look at it. Actually, I guess I can look at the box. This is the box from JPG that the model came in. And I'm not sure where this image is from. You can find this image on Google. It must be from, I think this is supposed to be the actual prop of the droid used in the film. Could be wrong, but jeez. All right, I'm going to paint these little boxes black as well. Just, I think a little bit of contrast is good. Little tiny brush strokes. I have some of those magnifying goggles that I've used in the past and I might have to put those on. We'll see. I've tried painting like the custom figures, really fine detail work. That's when I use those things. Not bad. Hey, Articulated 77. How are you today? Thanks for popping in to say hi. Yeah, I've done a bunch of the Bandai model kits, but you don't really have to paint those because they mostly have stickers and they come, you know, with the colored plastic for the most part. The General Grievous I did some painting like this on the model kit after I put it together, but those kits are pretty nice because there's no gluing and there's no real painting. It's just some decals and some stickers. This is my first time doing a kit like this. Is more like a custom where you just get the resin parts and you got to do everything, put it together, glue it, whatever. But I like doing little projects like this with something that's new and innovative that, like I said, Hasbro hasn't done this droid yet for Black Series, so this is going to be something unique to have on the shelf. And it's fun to, you know, do the creativity part of it, to do the painting and the assembly and all that. I worked on this thing, I think, for an hour, just getting all the little arms punched out of their 3D printed supports. That took just an hour for doing 30 of the arms. And then I worked on this a little bit. I think so. Yeah, this morning when I did the dremeling, I dremeled out the little windows around the neck there, and added the screw and the magnet to hold the head on. So it's a bit of work. I'm being real careful with the paint here, just not to, like I said, not to go over too much. I can always add more later after this first coat dries, you know, put I don't want to be sloppy because, again, the silver is going to be hard to touch up. The black is easy to touch up, but the silver was from a spray can, so. Which in hindsight, that might not have been a good idea. Maybe I should have hand painted this whole thing. That way at least I can do touch-ups. Alright, so there's those panels. Oh, I got one more I missed. Currently cleaning a figure you got at a toy show for $1, and it's covered in wax. Ugh. Jeez, what figure is it? Must be worth something to you if you're gonna take the time to get all wax off of it. How do you get wax on an action figure anyway? They do melted with a candle? They're dripping wax on it or something? Sounds like somebody was torturing their action figures. Oh. Hit that with my finger a little too hard. Ah, I did it again. See, I put my fingerprint, middle finger right there. Oh, jeez. All right, I'm gonna add a little more paint in there. I'll come back and touch this up again after this first coat dries. It's looking pretty good though. I'll wash my finger off again. Brick by Brick has joined the chat. Good to see you, man. Thanks for popping in. Just building a model kit today for my Black Series collection. Articulated 77. I have no idea why it has wax on it. Oh, you used to have them as a kid, so it's just sentimental. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger from Batman and Robin. Ha! That's funny. So it was you playing with wax with your figures, or maybe it was a sibling. Who knows? All right, I'm gonna let that dry. For those of you who missed the beginning of the video, it's I put a screw here in the middle part, and I put a magnetized drill bit head here in the head, and so that way it sticks together like this, and it can turn. It's not the way the kit is made. It's made to be, I think, glued together or else just loose set. But this way it stays together, and I can still rotate everything. Wasn't really sure how to do it, but that's what I came up with. Man, I did it again. I touched the black paint. I gotta stop. I gotta stop talking while I'm handling this thing. A little more paint in here. All right. So, set that middle piece aside. Let that dry a little bit. Work on the head here a little bit. Batman and Robin. I remember that movie. I loved I loved those movies actually. They came out. I can't remember what year it was when the first Batman came out with Michael Keaton and Jack Nicholson. But I knew I loved that, and then I was excited for all the sequels because that was a great movie. And then add Robin to the mix, sure. And of course they ended up being kind of really silly, but I actually watched them with my kids not too long ago, and showed them some of those movies. I think we watched the one with Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey as the Riddler. Actually, I don't think I actually watched Batman and Robin with them, but I like those movies. I think I was in like high school when those came out. been early 90s, right? Or mid 90s. Alright, so again, I think some of these are red, but I'm not sure. I'm going to paint them black for now, and we'll see how it looks. Tiny little bits, brush strokes of black here. See that got too much paint there. I got sloppy on the edges, but just take my thumb, rub it right off there, cleans right up. Pretty good. Oh, 1989 was Keaton. Wow, so that's a little earlier than I thought. Wow. Is Batman and Robin the one where he has the nipples on the suit? I think that is the one. I get all kinds of grief about that. Yeah, I'm getting sloppy here. I gotta clean that up. Not bad. Coming together. Yeah, it's looking a little more like a finished droid there. I should show you guys the arms because I think you missed the beginning of the video, but the arms are these little 3D printed, resin printed pieces. So when you buy this kit, you get two styles. You get a bent, like elbow articulated version, and then you get a straight one. And they just kind of friction fit into the grooves. I had to file it down. The bent arms didn't quite fit. They were a little too wide, so I had to file those down to make them work. But basically, I've got a whole, a whole plate of these arms. I think there's 20 of them that go on the droid, and I'm gonna paint those up too and figure out how I'm gonna pose this guy. But I'm gonna put him next to the back to tank in my Hoth diorama, like he's helping Luke there. And then he's got this little claw piece that there's a hole here. Yeah, that I had to drill this a little deeper, but that goes in there. So basically get it's customizable, I guess, to an extent, what you want it to look like. It's pretty cool. Oh, I just broke a leg. Do you see that? It just snapped right off. Good thing I have extras. So fragile. I gotta be careful. That sucked. These droids saved your life many times in Battlefront. Oh, see, I didn't play the original Battlefront. I didn't even know these were in there. That's cool. How do they save? I guess I'm just ignorant of the game. I can't imagine these droids being that. I don't know, helpful, but they must have been. They saved your life, huh? All right, let's do, here's the head. Let's do these panels on the head next. Paint those black next. Oh, if you stood by them, they'd heal you. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't get into Battlefront at all, the original game. I have a PlayStation 4 with my kids, so we got Battlefront 2. I think we only got it like a couple, maybe 2 years ago or so, so we haven't played it too much. I do enjoy playing it with them though, especially being some of the Jedi characters, but I suck at it. I'm not good, you know. I not very good at that game. I always get killed pretty quick, but real fun to as a Star Wars fan, obviously, to play the characters and the levels. I actually like just going through the different levels and like Jabba's palace. That was fascinating to me to play that level in Battlefront 2 and figure out, oh, that's how everything connects together. You know, the throne room and the dungeon and all the different hallways and side rooms and things. All right, I'm not sure what I'm doing with this little piece here. This is like 3 raised bands. So if I paint them, not too happy with that. Just wipe that paint right off. I think I do have to paint that though. I think that whole thing should be black. I'm going to try it again here with a little bit more care. Paint is very thin right now, which is good, but I'm going to have to go back, touch it up. Funny, all this little effort for something that no one's really going to look at this in this detail except me. I'll know how I painted it and I will know if I'm happy with it or not. I think that's how most of us are. We are our own worst critics. I want it to be as good as it can be. Best way to play the new Battlefront 2 is to play against the bots in co-op mode. Yeah, that's what we usually play. My son and I, or one of my sons, we'll either play co-op mode, or then sometimes we'll just do versus each other as like Darth Maul versus Yoda, or one of the, you know, just play 2 super powered Jedi Sith and just go at it trying to get each other. Alright, I got another panel here. See, I put so much, I spray painted this thing 3 times, and unfortunately it took some of the detail out of the cast on the head here. Be careful when I'm touching this thing. The other way to do this would be like a black paint pen for some of these little detail work. Get nice straighter lines and all that. But for now, I'm trying it with the brush, see how we do. Tighter FL. Playing bots. Yeah, talking Battlefront. Welcome, man. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Just doing some a hobby build today with this medical droid kit I got. Been building it last night and today, and I thought I'd just go live for a little bit, doing some of the painting. It's kind of a difficult thing to do. These little details. Careful. It's funny, you can spend so much time doing real detailed strokes with the brush and then one little slip. It's just frustrating sometimes. Came out okay. Actually, it's not bad. It's coming together. Question, where do you get your supplies for custom painting? I got this from mostly from Amazon. Like I bought a pack of 10, 20 different colors from Vallejo. This is the Vallejo game colors. Are supposed to be a little bit, I think, bolder. Or I don't know if they're brighter colors, and then they have the model color line, which I think is for like miniatures. So I bought a set of model color and a set of game color. That's how I started with Vallejo paints. And so if I'm doing figures and things that are going to get handled more and are more detailed, I'll use some of the, this, I don't know how much these cost. They would probably cost $1 or $2 per bottle. Maybe 2 or 3, I don't know. It's a little more expensive than like the craft paint you get from, like here's just some black craft paint, acrylic paint from Michael's, I think. And I'll use this on dioramas and larger items where I don't really care about the quality of how it looks too much. But I'll use the Vallejo paints for custom figures and small stuff like this. I also have some Citadel paints, which I haven't done too much. The guys really recommend Citadel for custom figures, like painting faces. I bought a bunch of flesh tones of this stuff and use that on some of my custom figures, but I haven't used it enough to like really be able to recommend certain kinds of paints. But those are the ones I have. I have some Vallejo paints, which I use most commonly, and then some of the Citadel I've used for some of the faces, which I'm not great at faces, so. But I think if you're starting out, you can just get some acrylic paint from a craft store or even Walmart or Target or someplace like that and start there. Like I said, the acrylic is nice because it's water-based, so it'll clean up really easy if you make a mistake. It's easy to strip off. It's easy to clean your brushes. Easy, just to clean up everything. It's much more forgiving, I think. Than I think like when I was a kid, I used to make plastic models, and I'm pretty sure those were all. What was the tester's paint that you had with plastic models? It was like. It might have been enamel. That might have been what it was. I don't remember. But that stuff was difficult to get off, if you you had to use like paint thinner to clean it up. So acrylic paints, it's not too tough to get into. All right, so there's a little bit of the head. I think I'll let that dry before I try anything on the top, just so I have a better place to grip it. And put it together here. There he is, coming together. Oh, Articulated 77. What kind of camera am I using? I'm actually just using my iPhone 11 Pro. This is just my cell phone on a arm, like an articulated arm mount that I have mounted to the desk. So it's just got a clamp and it's holding the iPhone there, and I'm just right from the YouTube app, just push YouTube Live, and pretty much all the stuff I've filmed, I guess everything I've filmed has been with my iPhone 11 Pro. Yeah, the Pro has a couple other camera lenses in it, so I like it. I mean, I use that for work as well. I mean, it is my work phone, really. So, but it's worked good for these videos. I may buy a camera at some point, you know, but for right now, this is just, you know, just kind of using what I have. And the iPhone Pro or 11 is a nice camera, so it's. But that's what I've been working with. All right. Yeah, I don't know what this stuff's supposed to be painted like here. Look at the picture. I see maybe some reds and yellows too. We've got these little raised pieces here. Those look like they're silver though in the image. I'm referencing this picture on the box here. I'm looking at it, just I want to be as close to like the films as I can with whatever source material is available. So, and the model's not, you know, perfect. Like, you know, they're doing their best job as well to be as close to the film. So, I think, yeah, I'll hit some of this stuff on the top with some black. See what this looks like. Yeah, like I didn't get into YouTube like to get into YouTube. That wasn't my main reason. So I didn't go out and buy a bunch of equipment. I just like the first video or two I did, I just filmed on my phone, and then the first thing I bought was a ring light. I actually bought one of those, which I'm using right now for light off, and because that would hold the phone and give me some light, and I thought that was kind of made sense to have something to speak into that would illuminate my face a little bit. But that was like 30 or 40 bucks on Amazon or something. So I have not invested much in equipment for doing YouTube. Thinking about it, I don't know, because YouTube's kind of taken off. It's become more of a thing than I expected when I first posted, you know, a video. I didn't think I was going to do much with it, but kind of caught the bug of, you know, getting monetized and all that stuff. So decided to stick with it, kind of. So, and I just passed my threshold to get monetized, which is awesome. So, of the 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So, it took me like 10 months basically of working at it, which is cool. I'm very excited about that. The drawback has been I've spent so much time editing videos and stuff that I haven't had the time to do this kind of stuff, doing the actual building and the creative stuff. So Tighter FL, have you customized any troopers to make them look fresh from battle, kind of like remnant troopers? Yeah, to like weather them up, look them battle damaged. I guess I don't think I have. I have not. I've watched a ton of videos of other guys who've done that. I've done some black wash on some figures just to dirty them up a little bit, but not with like the intentionality of little scrapes and to really get the nice weathered look. I haven't really spent much time on that kind of stuff. But like a simple, just using this black paint really watered down, like I could weather this droid really easy by real watery black wash and a paper towel. And if I just got some black paint on here and kind of dabbed it and ran the paper towel over it, it would dirty them up really quick and easy. And then pat it off with another towel, and basically it's real easy to do to dirty up the figures either with a brown or a black wash. I did that with my Jabba the Hutt, my Black Series Jabba. I took some dark browns, and because I wanted to bring out the texture in his skin, like all his wrinkles and everything. So I did a brown wash on him. That came out pretty good. I think the weathering is interesting, looking at the different Black Series figures. Like I think the best weathering is probably on that 4-pack of clones, the really hard to get, really expensive 4-pack of clones. Those figures have excellent weathering. I thought they did a great job on that. And like Rex, the original Rex, he has some great weathering on him. And then some of the other ones they've done, it's just like it's not consistent. It's kind of here and there. Some parts are weathered and some parts aren't. So I don't really like that unless they're going to do the whole figure, consistently. I don't think it looks good when it's kind of like partial, but just my opinion on that stuff. Thanks, man. Thanks for the compliment on the dioramas. That's how I got into this. My family and my friends were like saying, you should put some YouTube videos out there of your dioramas. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I don't have time for doing video editing. I'd done a little bit of that in the past, so I kind of knew how to use iMovie software and that sort of thing. And I knew it takes a lot of time. There's a lot of time involved with video editing. So, but they when things were slow last year with COVID, had more time on my hands. It made sense to give it a shot, so I did. And like I said, it's been more successful than I expected. And it's fun for me because those dioramas are pretty much only seen by a handful of people. So, and none of them that see them are like Star Wars fans, right? It's just, they kind of would like looking at it and say, oh, good, nice job. But it's something different when you get to show your diorama off to other fans, which I get to do through YouTube, and experience that mutual our mutual interest in the Star Wars, and so that's been really rewarding through YouTube, being able to share in a different way than I would with just my family or other friends who get to see the stuff I make, but they don't really care that much about it. It's like, yeah, cool. So I don't know. I'm just doing some highlights or doing some black. Doing some black around these little raised sections here. This is the part where it's just kind of do what you like and what do you think looks good, and because there's no exact roadmap for painting this, obviously, but it's coming together. I need to know what the top of his head looks like. I see some panels in here, and I'm wondering if I should paint some of those or if I should just leave it silver. All right, thanks for Articulate 77. Thanks for chatting. It was good talking with you again. Have a great day. Oh yeah, the Remnant Trooper from Mandalorian. Yeah, I have 2 of those I've opened up. Yeah, it was okay. It was like overdone or something. I don't know, just didn't have the weathering just looked like, I don't know, too much or something. Something wasn't right with that. I agree with you. All right, so what am I going to do next? Maybe I'll switch to painting some arms. Not sure what I mean, I could just paint these all white with maybe some red highlights in there. I was going to paint silver on the kind of the shoulder joint here. I think it'd be easier just to paint them white. I'll do that. I'll get some white paint out here. What do I have for white? Here we go. Yeah, so same, this game color white. This bottle's almost empty. I've used a lot of, I find that I use white and black the most. Out of all the paint colors, white and black, because I'm either trying to darken something up or lighten something up. And so I gotta get some more. This one might be gone, actually. Let's see if anything comes out of this thing. Yeah, it's gone. All right, well, so that one's empty. I know I have more here somewhere. What do I got? All right, I got model color white. I still, like I said, I think what I've been told is the game colors are supposed to be more vibrant, or maybe more, I don't know if it's something that, you know, they're for miniature gaming pieces, and the model colors are for model vehicles, I guess. I don't know. Trains, that sort of thing. So I don't really know exactly what the difference is between the two. Some white in here. This is coming out really watery. Oh, there we go. There's the thick part. All right, so I'm going to paint the arms here for a little bit. I'm going to switch to a little bit bigger brush so I get a little more coverage. I was using a really fine tip brush for all that detail work on the black, but with these arms I'm just gonna coat the whole thing, so I want the paint to cover better. So I'll dip in the water here, get some drops of water in with the white, thin that down a little bit. It came out really thick out of the bottle there. Just dripping some water in. All right, man, good seeing you, Tyler. Thanks for dropping in. All right, I'll start painting. Yep, I can tell this is already too thick. It's like sticking to it. Do a little more water in here. All I do is dip in the end of my brush in some clean water, mixing it into the paint here. All right, where is my paper towel? Rub this thing off here a little bit. Paint is too thick, you're going to lose the detail. Lose the detail on the sculpt here. So I just want a light coat of white. I don't want it to clump up or bubble up at all. As I paint these, I'm going to move, let's see. Oh, nice job, just got paint on my vintage figure. That over here. Look at that. My childhood droid just got all white paint on his head. Again, that's why you use acrylic paint. It's easy to clean up. All right. Switch this over here. And I'm just going to start painting up these arms. Take very long. I did prime all of these with Corax White Spray Primer by Citadel, which has been recommended to me for priming resin prints and resin castings. So I use that primer most of the time. Where is that? I had it around here somewhere. This stuff. This is what I primed it with. Citadel Corax White Model Paint. And just prime it just to help the paint stick better. I didn't take the time on these arms to cut off all of the little support nubs, because on these flat ones they're going to be in against the body, so you're not going to see the back of the arm anyway. So I didn't really spend time cutting those off. Also, I found that these things break really easily, so the less risk I can have at, you know, damage them and snipping away at them, better. So nice thin coats. All right. Alright, looks like my audience has dropped off. But I got some more painting to do, so I'm gonna keep the camera going. This is gonna look really cool once I get it all set up. Painting. I should have some music on or something. That'd probably be a good idea. Didn't think about that. see what we're doing here. You know, when they say something is boring, they compare it to watching paint dry. This is kind of like that. Almost literally exactly. This is gonna look cool when it's done. Da, 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 da. I wonder if I could be watching Star Wars in the background while I had this video going. That would give me like a copyright strike. Probably would get in trouble, huh? Let's see here. Almost done with these legs. At least the first coat. I'm gonna have to do a second coat for sure. Hey guys, just joined the stream. How's it going? I'm just working on a droid model kit today. This is the FX-7 droid kit from JPG Productions from Empire Strikes Back. So I'm painting up all the little legs. This guy has like 20 different arms on him. Take a look here. You can see what I'm working on. This is the kit. About 5.5 inches tall. Pretty cool piece. So I've been painting all the black on the video here and then doing the arms now. If you got any questions, let me know. Feel free to ask anything dioramas, collecting Star Wars, Black Series, custom figures, whatever. Just getting a nice coat of white paint on these. I have to go back and do a second coat in a little bit. All right. Running out of white. I'm gonna put some more there in my palette. What do I got left? Got 3 more legs in the claw. Should have enough paint here to do that. Add a little bit more water. Mix it up a little bit. Okay. There we go. And the claw. Reminds me of Toy Story when I see the claw. This little guy I think is silver, not white, but I'll give him a white base here just for fun. All right, so it's a broken one. What does that leave me with? So we got, adjust this over a little bit. So what I've done is I've got a white first coat on the arms. You can still see the gray is showing through pretty good. So I'm definitely gonna do a second coat of that. And I don't think there's a point in doing anything silver up here. Yeah, I think I'll just stay with that for now. Wash my fingertips off here. This white paint off me. So that brings me back to the head. I think it's time to add a little bit of red. Maybe some accents of some lighter. I'd really like to, if I want to do some outlines on these panels, I like to use like a pen or something instead of a brush. Well, not sure what you guys can see here or not. Yeah, my water's getting pretty dirty. Got another water here I'll swap that out with. A clean one here. So what do I have for silver colors here in my collection? I've got a silver, game color silver. I've got a brown. Looking through my, I've got a gunmetal. That might actually work well with some details. What do I have for a light gray? Just looking at my paints up here in front of me, guys. I've got this light gray from Citadel. Administratum gray, which basically means army uniform gray. Shake this up a little bit. Probably gonna try a couple of these different colors on the palette, see what they look like. It's been a while since I've done any painting, actually. It's been quite a while for this, you know, this kind of detail painting. So let's see, I should get a red as well. Go for reds. I've got a bloody red. This guy, it's a flesh tone. I've got a vermilion, got plain red there. Try those two, see what looks better. So I'm going to mix these, shake these ones up. I'm gonna try a little of these two reds and see which one I like better for the red buttons on this thing. We got model color red. That's what that looks like. Did I get a little white paint there in that? It's watery. I don't know why. I got bloody red. Yeah, definitely a difference there, huh? Now, if I'm going off my old vintage Kenner guy here, I would say bloody red is closer to the red they used on this guy. So I think I'm going to do that. Just to use that as a guide, reference point. A real fine tip brush here. I use for the black details. I'm going to hop in here and do some red. What's going on? I got a hair on my brush. Do a little bit right here on this button here. Just a little bit like that, let it sit there. I'm gonna hit these, there's three little knobs here in this panel. Looks pretty good. Same thing over here. A little bit of color. I don't think it takes much for this droid. Just a tiny bit of accent will go a long way. Just a little dab with the brush, that's all it takes. Tiny little bit. There we go. Looking pretty good. Turn one of these red instead of black. Which one should I do? I guess I'll do this one. There we go. Looking good. I think I'd like a little bit of gold, like maybe a little, kind of like a brass piece or something. I think that's it for the red right now. Let's just, the main arm has some red on it too. One of the arms has red. One of these arms has red on it. See what happens if I do this. Boy, that is hard to paint. So tiny. So tiny. Bit of water on the finger. Try to get this white area right here. A little rub right there. Clean it up. Okay. Just a little bit of something. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, it's okay. Again, I'm going to do a second coat of white on these, so I think I'll do a few of these red while I have the red brush going. You can see an image right here of the box. There's a picture, the red stripe on the arm. I think I'll do like 4 of them with the red stripe, just a little bit. Bad. Not great either. Oh, it bled over. Have to cover that up with some white. Let's try an articulated one. Hey, welcome to the stream if you're just joining. I'm just painting up a model kit today to go with my Black Series collection. This is the FX-7 Medical Droid from Empire Strikes Back. And it's a model kit from JPG Productions that I bought this week. And I'm just doing the painting here, some of the fine details, which is very meticulous. But feel free to ask any questions or comments or what are you guys doing today, and let me know. And want to know anything about what I'm doing, ask away. I'm happy to help. I'm going to get a little more red on this one here. Whew. Such a small piece to paint with a tiny little brush. Looks pretty good. Do another one of these bent arms. Here's the model too, if you want to see what it looks like. So this was resin cast and 3D printed. So I've been working on putting it together last night and today painting it, and I'm almost there, working on the arms now. Pretty cool piece, I like it a lot. It's not something that Hasbro has made yet for Black Series, so it'll be something unique to put on the display. Boy, this is just tiny little detail work painting here. I'm just going off of the image on the box, which is a shot of the actual droid that they used in the film. A couple of these arms have some red markings on them. It's a medical droid, so makes sense. The red and the white. That's all right. Oh, hey Mike, how's it going? Thanks for dropping in. Yeah, it's Black Series scale. It's 1/12 scale. Here's what the box looks like. FX-7 Medical Droid, JPG Productions. You can find them on Facebook. But yeah, it's 1/12. It's like 5.5 inches tall. Here's my Kenner retro, original vintage one, for example. So you get the sense, 18 scale, 12 scale. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm gonna put it in my Hoth diorama next to the Bacta tank. You could use one of these. Go with yours. It'd be pretty cool. It's a kit. You got to put it all together and paint it. I put a screw in the middle of mine with a magnet on the head to hold it all together, so it all goes together and spins, and it just kind of pops on. Otherwise, it's just loose set, or you'd have to glue it, I guess. But yeah, you get all these, and then you get all these little 3D printed arms. Put them in there. These are just friction fit right now, but comes with like 30 of these arms, which are kind of a pain in the ass to carefully cut away from their 3D printed supports. But that's what it looks like. And then it's got the little claw. Where'd my claw go? This guy goes in here. So get the sense. It's pretty cool. It's $50 plus shipping, so a little pricey, but like I said, unique piece. Nobody else has done anything like this yet, I think. Yeah, I know. 21B Medical Droid. I would love that too. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. Well, there's a lot of figures they haven't done, so yeah, I would love to get that one too. I think somebody's got a kit of that out there that they've made. So I was working on this today, just painting it up, and I figured I'd turn on the camera and let people chime in if they want to chat or anything, and that's what I've been working on. Oh, it looks like I missed this one with the white. It's one I forgot to paint. You working on anything this weekend? You're just having some downtime. Put him here. All right, I'm gonna do another coat of white, I think. brush off there. I'm gonna hit these things, these arms, with another coat of white. What was I using? I was using this Vallejo Model Color White. It's coming out really thick for some reason. I gotta water it down a lot. And I need some clean water so I don't have some orange paint. Oh, McFarlane's Bat Cycle Custom. Oh, cool. I know nothing of the McFarlane Bat Cycle. Is that the one with the big skull on it? I don't even know if that's the one. What are you doing with it? What kind of custom? Sorry, I had to go get some more water, clean water. Oh, putting Rob Zombie on it. That sounds cool. All right. Yeah, I haven't done much. Finally taking advantage of a day off today to do some Star Wars stuff. I've had a lot of things planned, but I just haven't had the time to get to it. So I had some downtime today. So had this droid kit I ordered last week, came in. It's pretty cool. So decided to put it together and paint it, and pretty happy with it right now. It's pretty cool. Do another coat of white here. This is a tedious thing though, man. These models, like, it took me an hour to cut off all the 3D printer supports from the arms. He ships it to you. All the supports are on there to make sure that, you know, they don't break. But using the X-Acto knife and the snips to cut them away, I broke like 4 of the arms during that process. It was slow, kind of tedious, just like painting. Oh yeah, put a link for the kit. Yeah, sure, I can do that. I don't think he has a website. I had to like private message him through Facebook to buy it. But he has a Facebook page. I'll put a link in the description for sure. Yeah, I was thinking sometime maybe you and I could do like a joint collaboration video or something. I don't really know how that would work, but it'd be kind of cool to just get on and talk Black Series or something. I have no idea what you need for software or how that works with 2 different YouTube channels coming together. But if you know anything about that, let me know. I'd be game for it. Cool. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Did you pick up any new figures this week? Anything new for your collection? One Black Series that came in for me this week was the Luke Skywalker on the Power of the Force card from Hasbro Pulse. That one arrived. I haven't opened him up yet. I gotta take a closer look at him, but card's a little messed up. Not bad, but I'm gonna open him up. painting away. I think this is going on a little too thick. Yeah, add some more water to my paint. Too thick there. I've got to paint 20 of these little arms. The end result's going to be really cool. A smaller brush for this part where I have the red. Manage that one okay. Audience has dropped off again. That's okay. Oh shoot, I got some red on there. I got the white on there. Did I start? I started at 2? Wow. I've been going for an hour and a half on this. I didn't realize how long this thing was. The stream. Yeah, I'm going to sign off soon. Take a break. So thanks for watching, those of you who watched. If you're watching this afterwards, this is pretty boring, but it's part of the hobby, painting. So if you have any questions about this kit, I'll put the link in the description where you can buy it. I'm very happy with it. I think it's a pretty cool purchase. It does take some effort to put it together and paint it, obviously. But very cool. And I may do, I'll do some more live streams like this occasionally. when I'm working on stuff. It's a good opportunity for me. You know, I got to be sitting here doing this stuff anyway, so I can chat with you guys and pass the time a little bit. And that's about it. Go, what? Another leg to go, and I'm going to sign off. What do we got left here? Okay, I think that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chatting with me. And we'll see you online next time. May the force be with you. Bye.